Hello, it's Margaret from Margaret Stamping Studio, and I'm here today. Not quite sure the date. It's the end of April, and I'm here with my next class in a flash featuring the Seaside Bay stamp set and dies. This is just perfect. I'm here in Maryland, and this is just everything that encompasses the Bay Area, and I just love it. I love it. Now there's retirement. It's retirement time, and our new catalog comes out May 2nd. So until May 1st, you can get the stamp set and dies at a 10% discount. That bundle price will go away on May 2nd. So if that's something you're interested in, it's always good to take advantage of a deal. There's also designer paper that coordinates with it, and I'm so sad to say that it is going away also. As long as there's stock, but if stock goes away, then it's gone forever. But until then, it's actually on sale for $12. So I highly recommend getting this. It is so pretty. It's one of our specialty papers, which means that it's got gold and holographic shine to it and shimmer, and it is absolutely gorgeous. So there's one side, and then here's the other. So it's very pretty watercolor prints and shells and fish. It's just lovely. I'm so sad that that's not going, or I'm so glad that's not staying. All of our designer paper, I'd say all of it, almost always it disappears with the catalog. They very rarely carry something over. So, always got to make room for the new, but this is so pretty, so I'd hate for you to miss out on it. We'll start with the simplest one. Now, this is actually my second take for the video, and I didn't realize, for some reason, my video stopped halfway through making my first version of this card, and I had started on the second card. So, excuse the shine of some adhesive on here, but it's so easy to make. I'm going to go ahead, because I've got adhesive everywhere. For my gold layers, I'm a very frugal stamper, and for this gold label, I actually just cut it right out of the center of this mat. And I'm going to go ahead and put that, center my white mat. This is a little backwards from how I normally design a card or put it together. I usually would do the white mat first. Then you're going to lay your white or your strips of designer paper down. Now these you will get 3 and the pattern will match up, so you'll have a little puzzle to create to make sure you've got your pattern lined up before you actually adhere them down. So I just wanted to make a note of that. So there's that, and I think this is stuck to my my scrap paper here. No big deal. That's one of the things I love about the Stamp and Seal. It's super tacky, but if you need to move it, you can. It's not so permanent right away to where you can't move it. So I was able to get some dental floss and pull the card together, and it still worked. So I was always something. So now I'm laying down my banner, and then I stamped the heartfelt sympathy, and I'm just laying that right down there. This card is so easy, so simple, so beautiful. You can really zhuzh it up if you want, change the sentiment, change the papers, and it's just a great card. Great card. Easy. I love the easy ones. So this, my original, I used dimensionals, and the second one I did not, and it's lovely both ways. So if you run out of dimensionals, you can still do that card, no problem. All right, for our second card, this is, let me let me point something out real quick. So with the cards, I'm using so I have enough designer paper to make sure I have enough for card kits. Each card is going to have a different colorway using the designer paper. So let me get out the full sheets. Okay, so for the first card, just to show you. See there, this one just has some navy in it, and this one is more pastels. So that's really cool. This next card that we're creating, make sure, this uses the oyster papers and then this floor, which I thought is just so pretty. So those are the papers we're using for that card. Get all this out of the way. Okay, and this is actually a little pocket card. It's so sweet. Very easy to do. Sorry, I was looking for my tear tape. So we just want to create this little pocket here. Very easy to do. And I just want to remind you while I'm doing this, with my class in the Flash, to receive a card kit, all you have to do is use my host code right up there and place a $35 product order by May 1st. And with that, you'll get the supplies to create these 6 cards. And if you happen to place an order that's over $50, I'm also going to send you a pack of embellishments. This time of year is a little hard to gauge what's going to sell out and what's not, so I don't want to promise a certain embellishment and then it be gone. So it's just going to be a surprise. Surprises are fun. So I'm going ahead and I'm just stamping a few little pearls here. And then we'll tuck that right in, and you can write your handwritten note. You can attach a gift card if you want. We'll go ahead, we'll add our designer paper to the front. I love the oysters. So, and another thing you'll know, there is a slight difference between these two. Here I've got a full sheet of designer paper. This one, I actually cut my designer paper too short, and I decided to leave it because this is a great tip. If you cut it like it's 1/4 of an inch too short, so I just cut 1/4 of an inch off, and then I separated it so it looks like it was intentional. And you've got your patterns continuing on, and I think that's really cute, and it saves you from stress and trying to cut another piece of designer paper. It just gives it a little more interest. Now this, really, you could use either one. I'm going to stick with that because that was what was in my head. And I put adhesive down already. So I'm stuck there. So there's that. So that's the base of our card. Next, I used the dies, and one of the dies creates this cute little clamshell. Is that not awesome? And then there's some seaweed pieces. This, I ripped that. There actually is a sand die in there, which I didn't realize until after I'd prepped that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Night of Navy ink and a little sponge dauber, and I'm going to sponge this just to give it some more color. And I was trying to pick up the colors in the oysters. I think they're oysters, or they're mussels. I'm pretty sure they're oysters. I'm going to kind of go a little heavier there at the base. And then just, since it does open up, I am actually going to sponge the inside as well. And that actually picks up some of the texture from the front too, which is pretty cool. And again, going heavier there in the middle, fanning it out. I don't know why I decided to do it that way. It just seemed like a good idea. And that's probably the hardest part of this old card. Next, I am going to go ahead and stamp your a pearl precious, or rare and precious. And I'm going to stamp that up here in the upper right hand corner. I like to stamp that first so I know I'm not going to cover it up when I'm placing all my other pieces down. There we go, a little adhesive on the back of this seaweed here. Well, I guess it's more marsh grass in this context, but okay, some on the back, just the bottom side of this little shell here. And I'm going to angle that so that it does not cover our verse. And then I'm going to take these awesome flat-backed pearls and usually I cut a side off so I can just slide them out. I did not do that. We'll take one of these big ones, we'll pop that in there. Then I am going to use some dimensionals, and I'm just going to put them on the top portion of my square here. So I'm going to put one in each corner. I'm making sure it's the top because I mess that up frequently. And then just a third one there. Close this back up. Place this down. There we go. Now, I am going to take my bone folder because that's popping up a lot more than what I'd like. Maybe I won't take my bone folder because I don't see it. And I know it's here because I just used it. That's the way it always goes. Well, you can burnish that a little bit more so it lays flat. But isn't that... Those are just so cute. Love those. All right. I had to give them a pat because they're so cute. All right, this next is another fun fold. Thank you for everything. And I love the little sandpipers and of course the crab, and it's just a great set. Okay, let me get some things together here because for this one I'm actually going to have to pull out my little cutter. So with this, since I can't send stamped images, that's against Stampin' Up! Policy, you will get a piece of white cardstock so you can stamp your own images and cut those out. Again, where is my... I don't know what I did with my bone folder. I'm sure as soon as I turn the film off, I will find it. I already have my little grasses cut. Here's the card base. The edge of your big block works in a pinch. So if you ever are in my position, as long as you got a stamping block, you've got something to fix your creases. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put this insert in. And we'll go ahead. I did a lot of white mats. You know, nautical to me is always navy and white. So this was just easy for me to envision with these colors. Oh, that's pretty. But no, I'm gonna stick with my navy. Okay, go there. Again, this is another easy fun fold. And for this, so what I like to do here is, so you want your fold on the right, and you're gonna slip this in here, and just for ease for me, it helps me visually to make sure I have the same border all the way around. I am slipping that in between the layers, And I am just adhering that in like so. And I think I got that straight. For some reason, if it's this way, I can do it a little more straight than if I was trying to keep it vertical. I don't know why. I don't question the process. I just do it. All right, and then you've got a nice wood grain on the back of this, but I like the gold and the crabs. And we're going to go ahead and place that in here. Make sure that's lined up properly all the way around. And this is the insert for the inside. I probably should have stamped this before I glued it down. Place that in there. Let's get our thank you for everything. Then I can move this out of the way while I do some die cutting. Perfect. Okay, we'll set that aside. Let's get my dies. Oh, I'm missing a die. I thought I heard one fall, and I was not mistaken. Alright, maybe I'll just hand cut that one because I'm afraid to stop my video and lose it again. So if I lose my video again, I think I'm really going to lose it. So we're going to go ahead and stamp the sandpiper with crumb cake. And then we're going to go ahead and stamp the crab with the Night of Navy. And I'm just randomly stamping them so I have enough room to lay the dies down. And then with the little conch shell, I'm going to stamp that in balmy blue. And I'll just hand cut that, because I am not going to fight with trying to find that. Yeah, at least not right now. Alright, so I've got my little mini stamp and emboss machine here. And here is my sandpiper die. So we can line that up real easily. I do like to use little masking tape or washi tape to hold that in place. I use the super low tack, and if it's too tacky, I'll actually put it to my jeans just to remove some of the tack. Alright. Come on, little machine, do your magic. There we go. Pull this stuff out of my way. So there is our little sandpiper. Here is our little starfish. He's not a starfish or crab. Of course, I had to make him blue. Maryland is known for their blue crabs. And let's just give this a quick cut. Normally, I would have been able to cut all three at once. Luckily, I don't mind fussy cutting, and this was so little that I knew it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Okay, let's get myself resituated. There's always a little something that goes crazy. So what I'm laying down first are the grasses. And this time I'm kind of overlapping the two to create a bigger bunch. Yes, that's a good way to say it. I tell you this, my scrap paper is a hot mess. It's so full of adhesive today. Sometimes I can go really good and not not have that extra. Today's not that day, though. All right, so I've put those both down with the, just with the regular Stampin' Seal. And my, my crab here and my seashell will be adhered with dimensionals. Just for a cute little seaside montage of critters. So, and again, this one would be good for any sentiment. And I don't know which one I like better. They're both so cute. So, thank you so much for joining me. I love stamping and creating, and I love seeing what other people create. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. And of course, you know, if you want a card kit, make sure you get that order placed by May 1st using the host code 3FPXF7FX. All right, thanks so much and have a great day. Bye.